know now. Least I know now. I'm the one who's won you, so if the losers need some sympathy, you can kiss them for me. It sounds kind of funny, but I won't be jealous when you fellas find you're far from home. If you need a little femininity, you can kiss them for me. There's safety in numbers, so it's quite okay. Kiss a doll a day, kiss the blues away. It'll sure be the biggest thrill they've ever had, but I won't get mad, 'cause I won't be there to see. Make hay while it's sunny, though you love me only. If you're lonely, I will understand, and you'll thank my lips for waiting faithfully when you kiss them for me. Kiss them for me.
Got a cigarette, Lieutenant? Or isn't that in the public relations budget?
It is for freeloaders like you war correspondents. Here you are. That's Andy Crusen's SBC. He never was finicky about what he took on, friend or foe.
Boy's a dive bomber. What's he tackling a zero for?
That's number 7 for Crusen, and he was only hired to attach ships. There goes Andy.
Hey, what's the idea of cutting away from Crusen?
Just wait. We might have some film a little later on.
What are you trying to do, make a cliffhanger out of this? Somebody must have got hurt.
Luckily not. That was Lieutenant J.J. McCann's plane. He came out of it all right, not even a bruise.
McCann? Isn't that the pilot who's running for Congress or something?
Yeah, a congressman died in some Boston district. There's a special election on.
Ours or theirs?
USS Perch. Now look sharp. We may see an old friend.
Who's that in the raft?
That must be Cruzen.
He looks half dead.
Lucky they picked him up.
Anybody here read lips? What'd he say?
Well, I got it straight from the skipper of the sub. The first words out of Crusen's mouth. Are there any women aboard?
I like that. Sounds like a good, healthy American attitude.
Well, that's all the stuff we have for now. There's a Jeep waiting for us to take us to BOQ. And there, available for interviews, I have stashed away McCann, Crusen, and various assorted heroes.
Goody, that's a big scoop. Dragging us all the way from New York to Pearl Harbor for another gab fest with heroes?
How about an interview with a coward, just for the novelty?
Okay. After you've talked to Crusen, you can interview me. They don't come any more cowardly.
I say to you, my fellow citizens of Massachusetts, that those who have led in war must lead in peace. Those who have known the horrors of war must find that they...
shut up, I'll move from Mississippi to Massachusetts, and you can have my vote.
Listen, you couldn't pass our literacy test. You got the...
Hi, fellas. How you, Walter?
Now, don't slam the door, man. I'm hungover, but I'm mean hungover.
Well, pull yourself together. I got some newspapermen waiting outside who want to talk to you.
They do whatever for.
You guys are big heroes. Now, they know you've seen a lot of combat and that you've just gotten out of the hospital. Now, they want pictures and interviews. I'll see to it that your hometown papers get copies of all of them.
Yeah, well, my hometown ain't got no newspaper. In fact, we ain't hardly got no people.
Any reporters from New England papers?
Yeah, there's one fellow from a Hartford paper.
Hartford? That's close enough.
Yeah, Hartford, and he laughs at the way I talk.
Well, he knows that you're running for Congress, and I happen to know that your carrier is due here Friday at 0800 when you'll be returned to duty.
Yeah.
Now, gentlemen, that is strictly off the record.
Yeah, don't rub it in, man.
All right, gentlemen, throw some gear in a bag. You're on your way.
Don't slam the door. My head is killing me.
Everybody up.
What you talking about?
Well, last night, after you gentlemen were carried out of the officers' club, the Admiral came in. He's not a bad Joe, that Admiral. He said it's all right if we flew to San Francisco, providing we're back Friday by 0800. Yeah?
Why didn't you tell us that last night?
We were in no condition last night.
Hey, do we go on orders?
Well, of course on orders. Would I consider going AWOL? That's 1 day to get there, 1 day to get back. That's 4 days in San Francisco.
How do you figure 4 days? Who ever heard of orders being written up in less than 2 or 3 days? That leaves us a glorious 16 or 17 hours in Frisco. No, thank you, no.
What makes you think we have to stay around for a lot of silly paperwork? You know Chuck Roundtree, don't you?
Well, the skipper's pilot? Sure. What's he doing here in Perth?
He stopped over here last night on his way to San Francisco. He's got business there for the skipper. They don't come any better than old Chuck or any drunker. And last night he swore he'd take us with him and back.
The United States! Uncle Sugar!
Shut up. As a matter of fact, he's leaving Hickam in exactly 20 minutes. So come on.
Me irregular. It's illegal.
Well, the trouble with me is I don't know there's a war going on.
Well, did you tell the old man we're leaving without orders, huh?
I should bother the commandant of the 14th Naval District with trivia?
Hey, wait a minute. What about me? My orders read stick close to you guys and get you interviewed.
Well, get us interviewed in San Francisco.
The plane leaves in 19 minutes.
Look, I got
Hurry.
3 correspondents waiting outside in a Jeep.
Jeep, good. It can take us to the field. Come on.
No.
Let's go.
Stand right! Hey, wait a minute!
Hickam! Hey, what's going on here? We came all the way from the States. What about those interviews?
Now, just a second, Truth. It's only 10 minutes to the field. Can't you answer just a few questions?
Oh, question.
There I was on my back at 20,000 feet. A 0 above me, 2 Mitsubishis below.
Please, gentlemen, these reporters have been around.
Cruising, we saw that shot of you being picked up by the sub. How was it out there on the raft?
Lonely.
Any sharks?
Just one big friendly one. Probably a female from the way she nuzzled me. Let's get going.
Now, look, Cruzen, you can't get off this quickly. The folks back home eat up everything they read about carriers and pilots.
Life on a carrier, eh? Gentlemen, I'll sum it up briefly. No wine, no women, no songs. Shove off.
Uncle Sugar, here we come!
Hey, Chuck! Here we are. We made it.
Cruzen, we had our party last night. Now get your tail off this runway. I'm ready to take off.
You mean you've forgotten what happened last night?
Something happened last night I'm supposed to remember?
Oh, Chuck, you put one hand over your heart, the other hand on the bartender's guide, and swore you'd fly us to San Francisco and back.
I did?
Oh, Chuck, you gave us your word.
Okay, then. I might renege on anything I say when I'm sober, but a promise when drunk is sacred.
Oh, thanks, Jack!
Okay.
Hey, Lieutenant Roundtree! It's Lieutenant Wallace! He's assigned to us!
Hi.
Whatever your job is with these guys, Lieutenant, I don't envy you. Welcome aboard, gentlemen.
I'll have a big decision to make. Who do I call first, my wife or my campaign manager? Hey, I wonder if there'll be enough time for Anna to hop a plane to Frisco.
My boy, wives are not on the agenda in San Francisco.
Yeah, that's right. Cruzen said we ain't even going out. Cruzen said that we're going to get ourselves the biggest hotel suite in the biggest hotel, and we ain't even going to raise the shade.
That's what I said. Anything we need, animal, vegetable, or mineral, can find its way to us.
Now, what's the matter, Walter? Having trouble?
I got an awful confession to make.
What?
This is my first time in a plane, any kind of plane. I'm scared stiff of planes. I'm scared stiff right now.
So am I. Walter, no pilot ever felt completely safe with another pilot.
Especially one like Chuck. He learned to fly by mail. International Correspondence School.
Did he now?
Got every letter except the last 2. Never did get those.
What 2 letters were those, Mac?
One's on takeoffs and landing.
Oh, never got them, huh?
Well, hang on, Walter. Here we go.
Hang on, Walter. Congratulations,
Cheers, Chuck.
Thanks.
That was good.
What happens when we get to San Francisco if it's foggy?
Oh, they got that all worked out nice now. They drop an anchor down through the fog to see if you overland the water. If it splashes, it's water.
Oh, get off.
What you doing?
Well, I think I'll hit the sack.
Well, I think I will, too.
Shove over, boys.
We got a long trip.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Thank you.
It's incredible. He's fast asleep already.
Oh, sure.
Mississippi's dead to the world, too.
Oh, he imitates everything Cruson does. He's mad about him. He even got wounded when Cruson did.
Thanks. This your first time back to the States?
That's right.
I better it'd be tough leaving after only 4 days.
Well, if I'm elected, I won't have to go back at all.
You really want to get out bad?
Of course I want to get out. Show me somebody in his right mind who doesn't want to get out. If I only had gotten wounded.
Wait a minute, let me get this straight. You wanted to get wounded?
I make no bones about it. I've always wanted to be in politics. I was in real estate and I hated it. When Pearl was bombed, I knew no one would have a chance in politics without a war record. So I set out to get myself a war record. Look, I'm just as patriotic as the next guy. But if you can be a patriot and still help yourself along okay, why not? All right then, so what's better than a war hero? A wounded war hero. Believe me, nobody's tried harder than me to get wounded. I've crash landed on the deck of a carrier. I've fallen off ladders. I've flown into Akak. I've prayed for a minor leg injury. A slight limp is worth maybe 40,000 votes. But no luck. I just couldn't get myself wounded. You think I'm a terrible guy?
How can I? I'm doing my job. But in a way, I'm feathering my nest, too. There's a guy in San Francisco, Eddie Turnbull, making ships and a fortune. Now, look, this war isn't going to last forever. He's as much as promised me the top desk in his public relations setup.
No. Oh. No. Get off my tail. Get off my tail! Get off my tail! Get off my tail.
There he goes again.
What's wrong?
It's okay, Chuck. Everything's all right. I'll take care of it. Hey, this is it. Come on, pal. Come on, settle down. Come on, settle down. That's right. Come on, boy. Go back to sleep.
What's the matter with him?
It's the dream. He has it all the time. Falling in flames.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Wounded twice, 2 Purple Hearts. The lucky stiff could be a senator.
How about that? A female navigator.
Hey, who's going to pay? I have nothing less than 100.
That's all right, sweetie. I make change all day.
It beats Harmony Grist, don't it? Restraint, restraint.
Get them earrings.
What is it? What? Where? I don't see it.
Lieutenant, there isn't a vacant hotel room north of Tijuana.
How about the ambassadorial suite?
Are these men ambassadors?
Better than ambassadors. Incidentally, Eddie Turnbull would regard it as a personal...
Lieutenant, I've had calls from the White House. Well, suppose we just have a look.
You say these flyers are personally acquainted with Mr. Turnbull?
They will be soon. And very importantly.
Have naval officers McCann, Hardy, and Cruson paged and bring them up to 607.
Yes, sir.
If an ambassador shows up, I'm a dead duck.
Nielsen, I don't want to talk about this in front of them, but I think it would be a very smart move for you to give them this layout for nothing.
What? Living room, 2 bedrooms, terrace?
Now, I'm not trying to sell you anything, but 4 days shore leave is all they have. And, well, they're about the best flyers in the whole United States Navy. Every decoration in the book.
Lieutenant, believe me, I'm sorry. San Francisco's full of heroes. You know what the corporation's like. Any little thing I give away upsets them terribly. I'm sorry.
Think of the publicity it means for the hotel. Of course, I'll see to it that you're mentioned.
I could have flowers put in the room. Or maybe the chef could bake them a special cake. You know, something with their names in the icing. After all, the corporation can't trace a cake. Oh, well, all right.
Hi, fellas. This is Mr. Nielsen, the manager.
Hi.
And a patriot.
Hi.
Lieutenants McCann and Hardy.
An honor, gentlemen. Is this for us?
This is for us.
Golly. Matt?
Ah, this is the kind of terrain a man likes to fight a war in. Hey, Mr. Sip, you got anything smaller than 100?
I got 150. All the rest is hundreds.
It's all right. I can change 100.
Here, I've got some change.
Thanks.
Where's Commander Cruson?
Oh, he'll be up in a minute. He's scrounging.
Scrounging?
Means, sort of promoting. Looking for things.
Hey, how about that? Twin beds. Woo, what a party we gonna have here.
Excuse me, how much is all this?
I told Mr. Nielsen what fine jobs you were doing, and he wouldn't hear of your paying.
Food, drinks, and service not included.
Oh, well, now, wait a minute. I mean, thanks a lot, but we have money.
You're 4 whole months back pay.
No, it's all settled, not a penny.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
You see, I have someone out there myself. My uncle's only son.
Navy?
No, Marines.
Well, boy, you gotta take your hat off to them cotton-picking Marines.
That's right, Mrs. Sip. Long distance, please. It's funny to hear a woman's voice on the phone.
What a layout. Walter, you a wonder. Help yourself to some of my decorations.
Yes, operator. Oh, I'd like to make a person-to-person call, if you can still do that. Yes, I'll wait.
They're fuzzy decks. What won't they think of next? What a view. The rotten old mosquito-happy crab-bottom Pacific. Ugh. Give that back to the Indians. Come in.
On the piano.
It's a liquor department. Now, that's cruising for you. First things first.
This is a person-to-person call to Mrs. Howard McCann in Department J, as in jig. Pratt & Whitney Incorporated, Hartford, Connecticut. Hartford, H-A-R-T-F-O-R-D, Hartford. I've even got my wife in the act. Aircraft worker. How many planes can she spoil a week? Huh? Well, okay. Call me back. I'll be here. 6 hours delay on all calls east.
Are you putting in a call to your folks?
Oh, there's plenty of time for that. 4 whole days. Besides, I don't even remember if we got a phone or not. Well, gentlemen, to the enemy. As far as I'm concerned, he can have China, Guadalcanal, and the whole stinking Pacific. And Pearl Harbor.
Once an isolationist, always an isolationist.
Might even give him Norfolk and Pensacola, too. It'd serve him right. And some folks say we don't know what we're fighting for.
Imagine reading a magazine the same week it comes out.
You know what I'm going to do? Pretty soon now, I'm going to take myself a nice hot tub bath. Then I'm going to send a ring back to the boys for a souvenir.
On sale at every grocery store in the city in the new waxed wrapper. That's low-baked, softly fluffy, vitaminized, flaky, ready sliced Gibson's bread. I said Gibson.
Ain't that beautiful? Everybody's still selling things to everybody else.
And now the news from the Pacific. The latest communique.
That's all, brother. Come in. Look at that. Now, you know that Cruson can scrounge.
Quite a wardrobe.
Where'd you dig that up?
I made a deal with the drugstore. It'll dress up the room, don't you think?
Oh, it's a thing of beauty. It's just what it needed, Cruson.
Yeah. Oh, a present from me to you, Mac.
Oh,
and one for the infant.
Thank you.
All plugged in?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen. Wait a minute. Oh, who has, I've only got...
I know, only hundreds.
Thank you, Walter. And if you have any nickels, will you prime the machine, please?
Oh, well, you know, complete with card and everything. To Mac, a great guy from a greater one.
Turn my face to the wall and call me Mabel.
Sorry, I forgot about you, Walter.
It's all right. I sleep in the raw.
Gentlemen, these are what we wear all the next 4 days.
Hey, look at me. I'm just as good as a civilian.
Chinese civilian, you mean, except at the bottom.
All right. Chinese civilian all over.
Oh, now that's a pretty corny bit, isn't it? Well, by Jiminy, we made it.
Here you are, Andy. Have one of your steaks.
Thank you. I think I will.
Excuse me, please. Room 607.
Sorry, wrong room.
Oh, excuse me, please.
Listen, this is 607.
This is definitely the life. Anybody's a fool to choose war over this.
I sure hate to think about going back.
Well, I got a hunch this little piggy isn't going back. As soon as my phone call comes through, I'll know.
4 days. Listen, Andy, can't you do something about getting our leave extended?
4 days. Why worry about it this far ahead?
Listen, fellas, I think I could do something about that leave. Have it extended, I mean.
This is room 607, and I'm as good as anybody else. Aren't I?
You're too late. They're all gone.
It's not just because I'm only a whack.
Oh, that's what you are.
Please don't make fun of me.
No, really, I didn't know. I've been away. You see, I was out of the country when you were created. It's a whack, that's what it is, fellas. Believe me, they're all gone.
Oh. Well, thank you.
That's okay.
Bye.
Bye.
The whack. Cruson, what'd she want that's all gone? We ain't got nothing that's all gone.
Never mind that now. Listen, what were you saying about getting our leaves extended?
I think I know just the man who...
Hello? Hello again.
Well, hello to you. Do come in.
Well, thank you. I'm sure.
See?
I've come about this.
No. Before business, a few amenities. May I take your...
Oh, well.
Now, what would you like to have to drink?
Oh, I have a very strict rule not a drop before sundown. And I never break a strict rule. Except for men in uniform. What are you drinking?
Well, at the moment, Stingers.
Stingers would be super. My name is Alice Kratchner. If I may be so bold.
Hi, Alice. I'm Cruson. This is Lieutenant McCann, Wallace, and Hardy.
Hello. Are you Army, Navy, or what?
Navy.
Then it's all right if I say down the hatch.
Perfect.
Down the hatch. It's getting close to sundown, so let's make it a double.
Lieutenant Wallace, gentlemen!
I am sorry, but really we can't permit this.
What is it?
I took about a dozen away from a bellboy. He was handing them out to women in the lobby.
What are they?
Cards on which someone has written Nylons, room 607.
Just a labor-saving device.
Look, I don't want to interfere with your fun. My uncle's only son is out there, someplace.
Cheer up.
But I can't help it.
Now, about those nylons. I just want everything clear and on the table.
Well, about the nylon.
I know what you want. I know what you want. And well...
Holy.
But no doing anything until I've chosen.
You know, you're very kind, but I must level with you. I'm sorry there aren't any nylons. It was just a joke.
Joke? Is that true?
Must be.
Oh, I wanted nylon so, and I won't buy from the black market. My legs look so terrible without stockings. Well, I'm going to choose anyhow.
No use looking at me. I'm off to see that man about the leave.
Well, I invited a few servicemen. I met in the lobby. I told each man to bring 3 girls or he couldn't come. Did I do something wrong?
No.
I thought we'd have a party.
A party? Oh, that's my middle name.
Say something sweet to me.
I can say this. You have beautiful hair.
And it's natural, except for the color.
Commander Crusoe, I warn you, I overlooked the night.
Miss Cratchit, don't you dare go away. Mr. Nielsen, you're needlessly excited. At indoctrination school, there was a 2-week course on shore leave party. You know, conduct of, behavior at, that sort of thing. Don't worry about anything, Mr. Nielsen. Oh, Mac, blow some fresh air through the keyhole every other half hour. That'll help him.
Nielsen, Miss Livingston will be along a little while. Will you send her up to room
607?
Yes, Mr. Turnbull. Lieutenant, I must register a protest. I know they're friends of yours and Mr. Turnbull's, but...
I know the owner, and I asked him, I said, but how come? Where do you get all these points? He just gives me a wink and he says, if you know the right people, you don't need any points.
Ain't that the truth, no? Yeah, I don't know the right people. That's how come I'm in uniform.
Oh.
Hey, Andy. Listen, I can't get no place with this girl. She won't leave go of my hand.
Well, ditch her. There are 3 women to every guy in the outfit.
Yeah, that's just the trouble, the embarrassment of riches. I got a feeling ain't none of us going to do any good here tonight.
Ever since I was grounded at Casinos, I've served in Washington, Montreal, and San Francisco. One wizard party after another. I've never had a better time in my life.
Hey, baby, you're not mingling. You're not circulating.
I have a problem. I have to choose between 3 men, and you ain't one of them.
I can't hear you, sweetheart. Everybody. No, there's nobody here. There's a rough house in the next suite. Marine. Yeah, the walls are paper thin. Look, for crying out loud, will you shut up? You'll ruin me. I'm trying to speak to my wife in Hartford. Hello, sweetheart. How's the campaign going? Uh-huh. Good. Well, now listen. Will you tell Hunsinger that when he speaks on the radio tonight to stress the fact that I'm just out of the hospital? Now, he doesn't have to be too specific about where or how I was wounded. Look, darling, tell him to call me the minute the meeting is over. Yeah, all right.
Come on, now, you shouldn't do this. The Mississippi's a hero. Why, he's got 5 zeros to his credit. He's been wounded. Don't worry, nowhere along the scenic route. Now, come on.
Cruson.
What are you doing in the first...
Cruson.
Yeah, what?
I particularly want you to meet Eddie Turnbull. This is Commander Andrew Cruson, Eddie, the one I told you about.
I do.
Andy, you shouldn't have done that to the manager. He's put himself out for you, boy.
The trouble with me is I don't know there's a war going on.
Walter gave me a thumbnail, Commander. I dropped everything. I messed up a crowded schedule, so I've got to talk fast. You're what I'm looking for. Colorful, good-looking, real hero.
And there are 2 more just like him, Eddie. Lieutenant Hardy, Eddie Turnbull.
Oh, hi, Mr. Turnbull. Come on now, let go of my paws now so I can take hands with Mr. Turnbull. Hi, Mr. Turnbull.
How you do?
Hey, Wallace, I was just speaking to my wife, and she says it's in the papers about us.
Leave it to Wally. I put it on the wires. Eddie, the last of the trio. Lieutenant McCann, Eddie Turnbull.
Now, Lieutenant. Now,
A drink, Mr. Turnbull?
No, how about letting me order a couple of rounds?
Well, there's plenty here, unless you want something special.
Seems silly for me to be drinking your liquor. I know what you men get paid.
Cruson, Eddie Turnbull is head of the Turnbull Shipbuilding Company.
I'll talk, Walter. You see, Commander, I'm doing a job, a big job. Just like you, I'm in this war up to my neck. We build wooden hulls, PBY boats, PT boats, everything of wood for the Navy. And
Excuse me, but you're Mr. Turnbull, are you not? Nate's Pa?
yes.
Well, I've seen your picture in the paper.
Well?
Well, would you come into the bedroom, please?
What?
You want it on the telephone. They say it's Washington.
Don't I get a minute to myself? Everywhere I go, Washington. Oh, Cruson, I want to talk to you.
I won't go away. Scouts on it.
Good.
I wish you wouldn't take that tone with Eddie.
I must look around, see if I have another tone someplace.
You want your leave extended? 2 weeks, a month, maybe more? Eddie's the boy who can do it.
Now, what would you like to do on your leave? What kind of a girl are you looking for?
I'll tell you, sweetie. I'm looking for a girl who doesn't smoke, drink, or have any bad habits.
What for?
Hello, Gwyneth.
Hello, Walter. They told me at the desk Eddie said I was to meet you here. Where is the lad?
On the phone.
Of course. Where else? Who's throwing this coffee clutch?
Those three over there. I had a story on them in the afternoon papers.
Oh, those. Who's the tall, dark one in the black kimono?
Oh, that's Andy Crewson. Funny how everybody always picks him out first.
How can you help it? He looks like a recruiting poster.
Would you like to meet them?
Is it safe?
No, but come on.
You know, I know Biddies and Welders that make $125, dollars a week. Imagine.
I'm getting rich, too. I steal planes.
Really?
Gwyneth, may I present Lieutenant McCann, Hardy, Commander Crewson, Miss Livingston.
How do you do?
Hi. Hi.
Why do I feel like saluting? Miss Cratchner, Miss Livingston.
Quite pleased to meet you, I'm sure. You're engaged to Mr. Turnbull, aren't you? I read the columns in the society things. They say you are.
In that case, I suppose I am.
Miss Livingston, do you think I wear too much makeup?
I think you look fine.
Even when I carry Fortune magazine, people still look at me like I was from the wrong part of town.
Is that something new? I haven't heard it before.
You haven't? Where have you been? Anyway, I'd like to dance to it, provided, of course, that I'm asked.
Whose outfit is that?
Very well. Being that it's wartime, I'll do the asking myself. How about it, Lieutenant?
What? Oh, delighted, Miss Cratchner.
I only ask you to make him jealous.
I'm submitted.
The trumpeter. Who is he?
Are you mad for trumpets, too?
When I can hear them.
Come with me. Squad. Manning Klein. A pitcher of stingers, some cigarettes, a few acorns, and we can dig in here for the winter. Don't go away.
Thank you. You are a good provider.
Hey, Andy. What? You're supposed to call Long Distance Operator 6, Great Neck.
Thanks.
Miss Great Neck.
Long Island, you ignoramus.
Well, if I said Hattiesburg, would you know it was Mississippi?
Certainly.
Come on.
Aren't you going to call Operator 6?
No, Oh, wait a minute, Chum. Whoa, take it easy. No, I'm not going to call Operator 6. The trumpet player's everywhere, friend and foe alike.
What's the matter?
My, you look so glossy.
Clean Living and Elizabeth Arden.
Do you act? Model?
New York, I registered at a modeling agency. They said they'd call me, and they never did. Now, when I list my occupation, I always put down model.
Actually. Now, what do you do?
I have a very unusual occupation.
What's that?
I'm engaged to Eddie Turnbull.
How'd you like the work?
The hours are great. Do you mind telling me, what did you do before the war?
You name it, I did it.
Such as what?
What's the difference? It all bored me. Come on, let's listen to the music.
Oh, Andy, could we see you a minute, please?
Excuse me.
Commander, this is Ensign Lewis from the Alameda Naval Air Station.
Welcome aboard, Lewis.
Thank you, sir.
Glad to have you. Mississippi, pour Lewis a drink.
Thank you, sir, but I'm on duty.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Well, I mean drinking on duty.
Here you are, Lewis. Have a little drink.
Well, thank you, sir.
Sir, my goodness, nobody's called me, sir, since, well, I guess nobody ever called me, sir.
Ensign Lewis is here for a copy of our orders.
Yes, sir. You see, you went through Alameda so fast that I didn't have a chance to check
Alameda,
it
huh?
out.
Oh, nice little air station you have there, Lewis.
Thank you, sir.
A very neatly kept air station, at least while I saw of it.
Thank you, sir. But about those orders...
Oh, that's a smart-looking uniform, Lewis.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. But about those orders,
Have another drink, Lewis.
Well, thank you, sir, but I've just finished one, and I have to be getting...
Come on, have another. Come on, that's fine. Do you good. Now, what were you saying?
Well, I have to be getting back to the base. But before I do, I'm afraid I'll have to have a copy of your orders.
Well, you know how it is out there. We only had an hour or so to get ready.
Well, if you need extra copies, I could make them up for you.
Well, I'll tell you now. We're on verbal orders from the skipper himself.
But you don't understand, sir. We have to file written orders.
Now, everything's fine. Everything's in order. Now, would you like a cigarette? Would you like to dance? I mean, with a girl, of course.
But, sir, you don't understand. I can't go back to the base empty-handed. We have to file written orders. That's what we do. That's what we're here for.
Yes, well, no, I know. But why must you worry about every little detail, Louis? This is a party. Get yourself into the spirit of things. You know, grab yourself a girl. Wait a minute. You stay there. Sweetheart, come here.
Oh.
This is Ensign Lewis. Ensign Lewis is a... No, well, I'll tell you. You stand by and I'll talk to you later. She's not worthy of him, is she, gentlemen? No.
Well, she looks very nice to me. Ooh, how about her?
Sorry, she's reserved. Now, what kind of girls do you like, Lewis? Concave? Convex?
Well,
Oh, darling, Oh, your last name has slipped my mind. Forgive me.
Kratchner.
And your first name?
Alice, come on now. You have a better memory than that.
Alice, this is Ensign Lewis. Ensign Lewis has been watching you across the room for hours, but he's been too shy to ask you to dance.
Well, he's in luck. I only dance with servicemen and civilians.
Well, he's sort of in between, but dance with him anyway. Now, be kind to the ensign, Alice. He's had a rough war. Gas rationing, meat point shortages.
Don't worry, he's in good hands.
Oh, one thing, sir. If you wanted, I could phone the station and they could radio the ship and ask for confirmation.
You do that. Excellent idea.
Congratulations. As smooth an operation as I've ever seen.
If our luck holds out, we may never see him again.
Everybody in Washington's a crackpot. I don't know why we're winning this war.
Oh, don't look at me. I don't know why either.
Hello, Mr. Turnbill, sir.
Oh, buenos. Darling.
He's a very busy man.
Look, Commander Cruson, is there some quiet spot we can have a quick talk?
Well, right here's fine. Everybody's got liquor and at least 3 girls, so they're not going to eavesdrop.
Now, Andy, the Turnbill Shipbuilding Corporation is doing a fine job.
Look, Commander, we need your help. We need it badly. But isn't there some way you can turn down that blasted machine? Thank you. Now then, this is about absenteeism. You see, the people in our country just can't possibly keep conscious of the facts of war. And we have got to keep driving home to them that they must stay on their jobs.
Refill? Cruson, this is awfully important. Eddie here is trying to get a large contract from the government, and he's having a little trouble. So right now, all the publicity he can get, I mean publicity of the right
Look,
sort...
Walter, that is not the point. Commander, we need your help to make our workers stay on the job. Now, you and your friends here. Now, all you've got to do is appear at some of our assemblies. The graveyard shift tonight, for example. You make a little speech, that's all.
Listen, Mr. Turnbill.
Yeah.
Now, let me explain something. You see, we're tired. Now, Mac's been out 20 months, Mississippi 2 years, and me 3. We're on leave at last. I'm sorry.
Look, Cruson, you don't get the picture.
No, Walter,
please,
it's
Eddie, just let me recap. Cruson, it's fun. A nice bar in the executive grill and a speech. Anything in the world that's happened to you.
Well, sure, you must have 100 anecdotes. Anything real.
Oh, anecdotes, huh? Real, huh? Well, let me think. Oh, you mean something like this. On Guadalcanal, they're bombing hell out of us every night. Us bombing hell out of them every day. I had a little native boy who'd sort of taken up with me. Ugly little cuss. He acted as valet and gentleman's gentleman. Slept on the floor of my tent. One night, bomb. Yeah, he was blown to bits. Took us days to scrape him off the sides of the tent. Oh, we found most of him, his arms and legs and liver, you know. All except his head. Never did find that. I got 1 million of them. Little human interest touches of war. Very real.
I will have that refill now.
Certainly.
I take it you're not interested.
That's right. Now get yourself a drink and let's talk about girls.
I will not talk about girls. This is important. Do you realize that my time is worth $1,000 an hour, maybe more? Listen, I'll pay you $100 apiece. That sound better?
No, you listen. And listen carefully. I'm not interested in your money or your shipyard. I came here to get drunk and chase girls, and that's what I'm going to do.
Do you realize I can have your order to do it?
Now, listen, little man. Now, maybe you can have your stockroom boys and vice presidents pushed around, but get this. You don't rate with the United States Navy. I'll tell you something. If there's another war, if there is, characters like you are going to be paid off in war scrip. Something made of soybeans. At the end of the war, the one who's collected the most scrip gets his head cut off. Now, your job is to build ships. Mine is to blow them up. Now, you do your job and leave me alone. I've had my hands filled with my job for 3 years. Now, for 4 days, they're going to be empty. Have I made myself sufficiently clear?
Nobody. Nobody's ever talked to me that way.
Now, Eddie, you know how nervous you are. It's overwork.
There's a phone call for a Mr. Turnbill, London.
Wally, you tell him and I'll take that call down in the manager's office.
Good, you do that.
He makes a nice exit, don't he?
Well, this is the swellest party I've ever been asked to lead.
No, you stay. Everybody else go. End of party. Cheer up. Same time, same place tomorrow.
A month's leave, right in your hands, and you blew it.
Yeah, didn't I, though?
Just a few minutes a day and all the leave you'd ever want. What was so terrible? Just a little speech.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, I gotta go hold Eddie's hand.
Do you feel all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I say, look here. What happens to this lad? He's in no condition to navigate.
Would you mind walking him around the block a few times? I think the cold air will sober him up. Come on.
Not at all. Come along, now.
You're sure you're all right?
I'm fine.
Hey, Andy, I think you better get under the covers. You got the Guadalcanal wobblies again. Oh, hey, Mac, where'd you put the Atterbury? I'll get the water. Here, give me your chief. Come on.
All right, here we are. Thanks, man.
Here's the other one.
Here, have a little chaser.
Should I call the hotel doctor?
No. It's only malaria. We all got it. It only lasts a few minutes.
Feel better now, sweetie?
He's the one with the attack, not me.
A few minutes ago, I was crazy about cruising, but now I like you best. Here.
Well, thank you.
Funny how men change.
Do they make you fly in this condition?
Oh, our flight surgeon says that mosquitoes have malaria and they keep flying. Oh, Miss Kratchner.
Yes.
Would you please get me a glass of water?
Why, you bet, honey. Now, you just take it easy. I'll be right back with it.
I feel so helpless. All those first aid courses.
Well, I'll tell you what. Could you just get under the blanket with me?
What?
Well, would you deny me a little body heat?
I thought you were sick.
Well, it would mean so much to me and so little to you.
I haven't much body heat to spare. I'm anemic.
Oh, come on, you'd love it. It's just like snuggling up to a washing machine. Come on.
Oh, no! No!
What's the trouble? What's the matter? Oh, my name is Cruson, Chief. What's the word?
I got orders for you, Commander. Same as Mr. Hardy's and Mr. McCann's. You got to report to the hospital for medical examination, flight physicals.
There must be some mistake, Chief. We're here on leave.
Sir, it ain't no mistake.
Cruson, look. It's signed by the exec at Alameda. I'll bet that ensign didn't tell him to radio at all.
I don't get it.
Well, the CO must have been afraid, I guess. Having people in the area he couldn't account for, so wham! He throws us in the hospital so we're accounted for.
Well, we're not going to the hospital, any one of us. So.
Commander, these are orders, not invitations. You'll be out of the hospital in 2 or 3 days. Then you can
2 or
use
3 days? We've only got 4 days leave.
Sorry, Commander. If you'll read this, you ain't got any leave. You're on patient duty at the hospital.
I've been in a hospital.
It ain't so bad. With luck, you can get a pass every night from 7 to 10. Oh. And besides, you don't have to report in the first place till 6 tomorrow morning.
All right. Hey, fellow, the party's over.
Gentlemen, follow me into the bedroom.
That's the best offer we had all day.
Why, hello, Miss Kratchner.
Well, pleased to meet you, I'm sure.
You don't remember me. You won the E for energy at the Schniefen Company factory? I was in charge of the Navy Guard of Honor. I pinned it on you.
And a very nice guard it was, too. But you should have seen it when I won the O for overtime.
I don't know what you're up to.
Can't you boys keep him quiet? This is your only chance to stay out of the hospital. Eddie, this is Gwyneth, dear. Eddie, I'm still up at the party, and I wish you could see this Cruson fellow. Yeah. He's just one quivering mass of remorse and regret.
Oh, that's enough. No, wait.
He says he just had one too many, and he realizes now how important you and your shipyard are to the war effort. And if it'll help the absentee problem any, they're willing to talk their fool heads off. To the night shift? Sure, they're ready right now.
Tell him to square it with the exec at Alameda.
Oh, Eddie, there's just one thing. You'll have to call the exec at Alameda. There's been some mix-up, and the boys have to report to the hospital in the morning. Don't worry about it. He'll call the Admiral direct. Thank you, Eddie. You get a cab, and we'll meet you outside. Let him talk now if he has anything to say.
You know, Eddie, before you say one word, you know I'll do anything you say. I'll go to that shipyard. I'll tell that civilian to go... You know. But I want to say one thing first. I had enough of hospitals. And I had enough of this crummy war. And I want to stay out of it. Just as long as I can. And I figure I'm entitled. Don't you?
You mean you want us to get up there and tell them what heroes we are?
No, I don't mean that.
You don't have to do it that way. I'll tell him what a great guy you are. You tell him about Mississippi, and Mississippi will tell him about me.
How about that?
Oh.
Hello? Just 1 second, please. Great Neck, Long Island, calling you.
I'm not in. Tell him I'm on my way to the Turnbill shipyards.
He's not in.
Well, there's always cabs for playboys, but here we are, essential to the war effort, and not...
Lieutenant, I just want to make it clear. This ain't my responsibility, sir. I want everybody to know that.
It'll be all right, Chief.
Yes, sir. Oh, Miss Kratchner.
Yes.
Well, goodbye, Miss Kratchner. Certainly is a pleasure to meet you in private life.
Well, goodbye. I'm sure.
Miss Kratchner? My name is Ruddle.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Ruddle.
Oh, Commander. Hey, you boys are out of uniform. In this town, you gotta wear blues after 6 o'clock. Shore Patrol get you.
Thanks, Chief. We'll manage.
I have to go to work now. War work. I'll call you when I get through.
My wife. I mean, you know I'm married.
Married? So what? Everybody is. So long, honey.
Come on! Come on, if we hurry, we can catch him at the coffee break.
Yes, by all means. Just one. Get up. That's fine.
Come on!
We'll never find another taxi.
What's the matter with that streetcar?
It doesn't go anywhere near the shipyard.
Great.
Now then.
I don't get it. You don't resist and you don't cooperate.
That's because I don't want you to kiss me. And I don't want you not to kiss me either.
Does that make sense?
No.
Isn't it puzzling and confusing?
Yes.
Well, should we just leave it that way then?
All right.
All right.
No. No.
Well, is that a definite and final no?
Until further notice.
I see. You know a place where there's a decent trumpet player?
I know a shipyard with an angry owner.
How angry?
Very.
There must be something wrong with me. I find myself not caring.
I must. I'm engaged to him.
How engaged?
Very.
Well, he's tall, but there must be another reason.
There is.
What's that?
I was engaged once before, Lieutenant.
Oh, it's always a lieutenant.
He was killed in Africa.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He didn't have the satisfaction of dying decently. He was hit by a cab, crossing against the light in Casablanca.
What's the difference how you get it? A cab, a bomb, or dysentery? It's all the war.
And that, Mr. Cruson, is why I'm engaged to Mr. Turnbill.
Huh?
He's alive now, and he'll still be alive at the end of the war. He's filthy rich now, and he'll be even filthier rich then.
That's the stuff. True love almost always fades, but money stays green forever.
You approve, then?
Certainly.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Now, how about the shipyard?
How about the place with the trumpet player?
It's the next corner.
I hear ice cubes rattling in glasses. I hear people talking. I hear people laughing. I can hear your heartbeat, but I cannot hear that trumpet.
You want to try another place?
Why, do you know a joint that has quieter ice cubes?
You just want to keep on dancing?
Dancing? Is that what we're doing? Oh, what a disappointment. Oh, I'm sorry, sport.
Don't worry about it, soldier.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to worry about it. That nice new blue suit. Oh, incidentally, it's not important, but technically I'm in the Navy.
You asked me. You're the best-dressed man in the room.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You don't know how hard I tried to get into a uniform like that. Any uniform. But those darn fools in Washington keep saying the scrap business is essential.
Well, it is. It is.
Maybe it is, but if you ask me... Look, can I buy you a drink, soldier?
Oh, thank you, brother. I never indulge. Oh, dear, I did it again. I'm terribly sorry. We fought our way to home base.
In that case, shall we sit down?
Just a minute. I saw a man do this in an English movie. See? It's one of their customs.
Gruson, I think you're loaded.
Well, I do hope so. I've invested about $50 so far, wouldn't you say? Oh. Yeah. From the same movie. How was I with that scrap fellow? I wasn't rude, was I?
Frankly, I couldn't tell. What did you intend to be?
No, I don't know. It's so difficult to talk to civilians these days. They're so sensitive. What was he, the third or the fourth?
The third. Here comes the fourth, now I think.
Commander Cruson, your picture's on the front page of my paper this afternoon. I'm with the Chronicle. May I sit down?
Why, you tired?
No, I'd just like to have an interview with you. I notice no other paper has succeeded in doing so far. And I also like to buy you and Miss Livingston. I know Miss Livingston very well from the society page. I'd like to buy you and Miss Livingston a drink.
I'm buying the drink. I know how underpaid reporters are. Oh, waiter. Oh, here. 3 stingers, please. Well, I suppose you want me to give you the word about the war, that is.
Well, I sure would.
Which war do you mean?
Well, how many are there? I just know of one.
Oh, well, there's the war between the Army and Navy, and the one between the Navy and the Marines, and, of course, the one between the Marines and the Army. And then there's the great global conflict between the fighting Navy and the paper Navy. Anything that happens to the enemy is purely coincidental.
I've read your citation, Commander. It was a great feat.
Oh, that? Oh, there's nothing really. Any man with unlimited courage and a genius for flying could have done as well.
Have your stinger. You're going to earn it.
All right, Commander. Suppose you tell me about the action.
Well, there I was on my back at 20,000 feet. A zero above me, 2 Mitsubishis below. And through a break in the clouds, guess what I saw in the drink?
What?
A battleship of the Haruna class. Well, I dived straight down on the battleship's pagoda. Zzz. As I released the bomb and pulled up, I heard the boys on the radio saying, "Nice hit, Andy. You got her right in the funnel, Cruson." It was rugged.
Then what did you do?
Well, I did my best to think of a good sentence.
A good sentence?
Mm-hmm. A slogan-type sentence. Oh, if you can think of a good slogan to radio back, you're a cinch for the Navy Cross. Things like, send me more Japs. Or my only regret is that I have but one life to give her. Stuff like that. Because if you can think of a really hot slogan that makes all the news services, you may even rate the Medal of Honor.
Can it be that I'm being had?
I tried to warn you.
All right, Commander. I'll try just one more question. I don't suppose you're anxious to get back there.
No man likes to be shot at. There still is a job to be done. I've been on too many missions, flown too many hours in combat. The odds are against me. Still, I want to get back there. Even if I'm just as certain I'll never return. You know, most of the fellas who've been there realize they can't come back from all the missions. But when my turn comes, at least I'll have the satisfaction of knowing that the things I'm fighting for will keep burning with a hard, gem-like flame long after I'm gone. And that's really all that matters.
Hard, gem-like flame. That's from Walter Pater. I studied him in college, too. I guess I deserve this. Thanks for the drink.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Now, come on. Aren't you going to ask me what I'm really fighting for?
No, thank you. I don't think I will.
But nevertheless, I'm going to tell you. You should know anyway. Don't you ever read the ads and the editorials? Don't you ever listen to the radio? Well, the other day, I read that one guy was fighting for his right to boo the Dodgers. Another fellow I read about was apparently fighting for a new icebox. But me, do you know what I'm fighting for? I'm fighting for the right to call Mr. Turnbull. That's the man that Miss Livingston here is engaged to. I'm fighting for the right to call him Eddie.
Good night, one and all.
What's the matter with him? What?
Listen, Commander Cruson.
Folks, we've got a little treat in store for you tonight. I want you to meet a buddy of mine from Chicago, Bing Crosby II.
We don't want any trouble, do we? The shore patrol's right outside, so why don't you leave quietly like a couple of good guys? The tab's on me, huh?
Folks, your attention, please. This man here wants us to join the union before he'll let us perform. Now, do you think that's right? It's all yours, buddy boy. It's all yours.
I had the craziest dream last night. Yes, I did. I never dreamt it could be, but there you were.
Bing who?
In love with me. I found your lips close to mine, so I kissed you, and you didn't mind it at all. Da, da, da.
While my buddy's trying to remember the words, I'll fill in with a little juggling act. The show must go on, you know.
Settle up.
He got away, Lieutenant, just as appeared like.
Well, we got the big one inside.
Right.
Oh, Lieutenant, just throw him in for safekeeping. Don't put him on report. He's harmless.
You're out of uniform. I've got to put you on report.
Oh, that's fine. A man's ship is torpedoed. He loses all his uniforms in the drink. The pair cars get lost. He can't get paid. And then the shore-going Navy expects him to own a set of blues or stay indoors. Sometimes I wonder if the Shore Patrol knows there's a war going on.
Well, I'm sorry, Commander.
Oh, that's all right. Don't apologize.
We try to be reasonable. It's just so many other fellows try to take advantage of us. Why, I had to put a three-striper on report tonight. He said he'd talk to the Admiral, but I put him on report just the same. But, well, I'm going to let you off, Commander.
Very well done.
Nothing to it. They get an inferiority complex around anyone who's been on sea duty. They feel landlubbly, and that's the kind of... Salute me! Oh, come on, son. Hands off. Now you learn better than that at boot camp. Scram.
Hey, you salute me! You salute me! Every time I salute you, you salute me. See, that's the law!
Come on, son. Here's an empty cab. Get in. Come on. The shore patrol's across the street, and they'll get you.
Now you salute me!
Get going.
Dirty, rotten, 2.5 striper!
I give you my word, Lieutenant. First thing in the morning, I'll buy myself a new set of blues.
You said your ship had been sunk, I believe. What ship was it?
The Titanic.
Big joke.
A little better than that kiss in the cable car, but we still got a long way to go.
Yes, I think so too.
Oh, you're so good to look at. And you feel so good to the touch.
Thank you.
You live alone?
Yes,
An apartment?
a darling apartment. But don't worry, you're not going to see it.
I'm not. Oh, that's too bad. Well, what'll we do now? Well, we might as well go back to the Onyx, huh?
No. At the Onyx, they drown out the trumpet. I know a smart spot where you can't hear a wonderful piano player.
Well, lead the way, witch.
Well, with the difference in time, it should be just about now.
What's just about now, Captain?
Oh, hello, Cruson. Just saying, about now, my wife in London will be going to work. Probably get caught in the blitz, and here I sit swilling scotch and soda.
I'll change the stingers and I'll buy them.
Would you really? That's very kind of you. I believe I will.
Captain, are you going to dance with me or no?
Well, thank you very much. I should love to. Very kind of you to ask me. Would you excuse us, please? Oh, Cruson, by the way, I put that young ensign to sleep in your suite. You don't mind, do you? And just before I left, there was a long-distance telephone call for you. Ring operator 6, Greatneck.
Stingers, and keep them coming.
Who keeps calling you from Great Neck you don't want to speak to?
My ex-wife.
How long has she been ex?
Why, is it important?
Just like to know.
She started proceedings as soon as I got overseas. I got my first zero, and she got her decree the same day, I think.
Has she remarried?
Why don't you call Operator 6 and find out? Okay. I'm sorry. Yes, she remarried, and she got rid of him 3 months ago. Now, let's forget the whole thing. Come on.
Why is she calling you now?
I don't know, and I'm not going to find out. What makes you so nosy?
You protest too much. You'll probably go back to her after the war.
Not even after the next war.
Let's stick to one war at a time. What do you plan to do when this one's over?
I have trained myself not to think back. I have trained myself not to think forward either.
You don't think at all?
That's right. I've developed a new art. The art of stopping my mind dead.
Pilots, man your plane.
Gunner!
Commander.
You old windbag. What are you doing on shore?
Oh, I'm at Alameda Hospital. They keep saying I'm sick.
Me? You mean they let you roam around?
Oh, there's ways and means.
Oh, you're the same old sea lawyer. Hello, Touch. Gunner Thorgerson, Gwyneth Livingston.
Sight for sore eyes, Miss Livingston.
Oh, come on, Tiny. What's the word?
Well, you know, the same old scuttlebutt.
What are you going to have to drink?
Boilermakers? You got a better suggestion?
Certainly. Stingers. I'm going to buy you a flock of stingers.
Okay. Oh, well, wait a minute. Don't go away. I'll be right back. I got a surprise for you.
Age of miracles. Gunner Thorgerson, still alive. I don't know how he does it. There goes the bravest man I ever knew.
Look, I know I'll be in the way. I can take a cab home.
If you want to.
No, I don't want to.
All right. Stick around. But don't say much. Just be decorative.
I say, Cruson, that girl, she just borrowed a nickel from me to ring up her boyfriend. Do you think I'll ever see her again?
Commander, I brought you a present.
Why, it's Hedrick.
Well, somebody shake hands.
Oh, kid, am I glad to see you.
You old gold brick, how are you?
Fine, I'm fine. Well, hey, bartender, private the same. Well, let's get the social stuff out of the way. Lieutenant Hedrick, Captain Peters.
Hello.
Lieutenant Peters, this is Gunner Thorgerson.
Gunner, how are you?
Gwyneth Livingston, Al.
Hello.
How do you do?
She promised not to say much. Well, don't tell me. Are you in the same hospital with Gunner?
Gunner runs the joint. How else could I get out nights?
Oh, we wanted to write you. We didn't know where you were.
Sure, I know. How's Mac?
Oh, Mac's fine. He's here in town with me. So is Mrs. Zip.
Well, what do you know? How about the other guys? Is Terry still acey-deucey champ?
Yeah. And Buck is still getting his compass readings backwards.
I miss them all. You wouldn't know about that.
I miss my guys, too. I tell myself I ought to be glad I'm out of it, but I'm not.
Oh, now, come on. You two are being too sentimental. You forget the bad things, the terrible things. Just give me a chance to get out. You see what would happen fast. Here, Al.
No, thanks.
Well, when was Stinger's too strong? Oh, here, Gwyneth. Captain?
Ah, thanks.
Tony?
Thank you.
You know, I still wake up sometimes and think I'm late for general quarters. Sometimes in my sleep I fly combat. One day I'm TBF, next day SBD. One-man air group I've become.
I was always like that. I'll never forget the time you lost your tail section over Tulagi.
No, that wasn't so much.
Tulagi, was that where you...
No, I ate my flak in Bougainville. I was in a 70-degree dive, making a noise like a banshee, when all of a sudden I lost control, so I salvoed. I tried to get out, the hatch was stuck. Too much wind pressure, so I used my ailerons.
I'd never have thought of that.
I rolled into kind of a controlled spin, hoping to break the pressure. When the pressure was just right, I hit the hatch, and wham, I was out. That's all there was to it. All I hope is I get to fly just once more.
You'll be back on combat. Wait and see.
It's funny. I never thought I'd miss it. I must be getting soft in the head, huh?
Hey, Al. I hear you got the Congressional Medal of Honor.
It's just our turn. They've just given some to the Army and one to the Marines.
Even I know that's a real medal, the Medal of Honor. Excuse me for speaking.
Please don't make me blush. Every time I blush, they have to give me another pint of blood.
Yeah, we better get back to the hospital, kid. The nurse will blame me if you're late.
Okay, Gunner. So long, Captain. It's nice seeing you.
Goodbye, old boy.
Goodbye, Miss Livingston. Thank you for listening to me. Cruson, when you make a liberty sometime in some blown-up place with no lights and no water, no Scotch or women, you might think of me in the land of milk and honey with a million pretty nurses. If you do, shoot me a postcard. Let's go, Gunner.
Right.
I didn't recognize him. He must have lost at least 75 pounds.
Yeah, I know. We used to call him Butterball.
How bad is he really?
Things are all messed up in his gut. Oh, every once in a while, a doctor's operate, but it's just to keep their hand in, he says.
Is he dying?
Yeah. He won't last out the month. Oh, I take him out every now and then. It can't do any harm at this stage.
Thanks, Gunner.
Cruson, may I say something now?
Gwyneth! It's a good thing I know all your homes away from home. I thought I'd find you here.
Congratulations, Eddie.
And you, Cruson, I suppose you're very proud of yourself. 2,000 workers waiting to hear you.
Please, Turnbull. I'm in no mood for small talk.
Small talk? 2,000 workers waiting all hopped up? Who do you think you are after I called the Admiral personally to get you off? You've got some crust to come here.
I beg you, Turnbull, get lost.
San Francisco's full of two-bit heroes. Aren't there enough tramps to take care of them without you two?
I'm sorry. It saves a lot of conversation.
Eddie?
Now, where's Mr. Turnbull?
In the washroom. Attending to the cut under his eye.
Oh, I didn't hit him in the eye.
I know you didn't. That's where the ring hit him.
What ring?
My engagement ring. I threw it at him.
Oh.
Crazy. I don't even know what I'm crying about.
Well, that's the best kind of cry.
It's all mixed up. Hedrick. You. Me. Even Eddie.
Well, Let's just say it's world condition.
Are you laughing at me?
No, I wouldn't do that. Are you through?
No.
Take your time. Well, that time I think we made it.
Cruz, what am I going to do with you?
Well, for a starter. Oh, now, come on. You must know a place where there are no crowds, no noise, no hysterical laughter, and where we can be together, and the music comes through nice and soft and clear.
In San Francisco? Where?
Your apartment. Now, isn't that clever?
They took me out to the Turnbill shipyards. Yeah, I made speeches. Yeah, they took pictures. Yeah, news photographers. 2,000 war workers. They cheered me, Hunsinger, yeah. Look, how long after the polls close do you think we'll know? Mm-hmm. And if it's close? Well, it better not be close. I may be back in the Pacific before you can get me out. All right, let me talk to Anna again, will you? Hunsinger thinks it may be a landslide for me. Anna, darling? No, I have nothing more to say. I just wanted to tell you again that I love you. Thank you, sweetheart. That's good to know. Well, if what Hunsinger says is true, I'll see you in a couple of days. Right. Goodbye.
I think it's very, very bad taste.
What's very bad taste?
Telling your wife you love her in front of me.
But I do love my wife.
Nobody knows that better than me. That's how we spent the entire evening, you telling me how crazy you are about her. You're going to waste your entire leave that way?
Oh, gee, Alice, it's not fair. To Anna or me or you. Not fair at all.
And why ain't it fair to me, if you please?
Well, all the time I'd be kissing you, you'd know that I loved my wife and that I was really thinking about her.
Look, honey, I'll explain you something. It ain't like that to me. I don't care who you're really thinking about when you kiss me. Like I told you, I never do it for any reason. If I don't want to. But if I want to, I do it. And I want to. You know, a couple of months ago, I got a letter from a friend. Not what you'd call a close friend anymore, but he writes to me and I answer him. He was at the last landing with MacArthur and everybody. Well, in this letter, he said that they was getting pushed around and bombed. Then all of a sudden, our airplanes were there. So he said, Alice, every fella you see, Army or Navy, you kiss them for me.
Oh, I had a dog and his name was Bill, working on the levee. Now the dog is gone, but I'm here still, working on the levee.
Good morning, Blues.
Well, where'd you disappear to last night?
Ye gods, is she still holding on to your hands?
All night long. I didn't even score a near miss.
You and me both.
Hey, what a dirty trick, leaving us to face 2,000 workers all alone.
Dirty trick? How come they couldn't get you off the speaker stand, Congressman?
Hey, Crusoe, you should have seen that Turnbill's face when you and that girlfriend of his didn't show.
Well, as a matter of fact, I did see it. And it was not a thing of beauty. Oh, good morning, sir.
Sir, there's only one surefire way to set you straight.
Well. Oh, the house detective.
Hey, Cruson, what'd you do to Eddie Turnbill?
I shot him down in flames. Come on in and relax.
Oh, you fixed my wagon, too. I was all set with Eddie for after the war.
Well, how to get yourself another sucker or wait for the next war, I don't know.
Come in, Chief. You too, Lieutenant.
Still going on, I see.
No, this is the second game of the series. The first one ended in a tie.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but you were supposed to report to Alameda Naval Hospital at 0600. It's now approximately 0800.
Can't be that late. My hangover ain't even awake yet. Is now, though.
Evidently you didn't get the word, Chief. A Mr. Turnbill called the Admiral.
Well, he must have made another call, because the Admiral gave me the word personal. And he asked me to take along 3 members of the shore patrol, all hand-picked, by the way.
What'd you expect Eddie to do? Recommend you for the Medal of Honor?
Well, we're not going. I've got big plans for the rest of my leave. Big plans.
I must say I'm very disappointed in you, Chief Ruddle.
I'm sorry, Miss Kratchner. Real sorry. But I gotta do my duty. Boys?
Oh, well, I can't do no worse for myself at the hospital than I'm doing at the Fairmont. So long, sugar.
In 36 hours, I'll be a congressman, Chief. Then will you hear from me?
You better figure something out, Wallace.
Now, don't worry. Just trust me. I'll go dig up another pigeon. Hey, where's the classified book?
I hate to do this to friends of Miss Kratchner's, but here are your orders.
Orders? Oh, thank heaven.
But...
Alameda Naval Hospital. Lieutenant Commander Cruson, just a moment, please. I'm sorry, ma'am, but Commander Cruson is still under observation and is not yet allowed to receive calls.
Operator, is this an official call?
Well, of course it's an official call. I want to speak to a Miss Gwyneth Livingstone. She's in the telephone book.
No,
May I
ma'am, I'm
have your
sorry, I
name
can't
and
put you
rank,
through
sir?
the officer in charge.
Yes, it's Admiral Perry. Oliver Hazard.
No, ma'am,
Will you
we'll
hold
be
on
ready to
one
come to the
moment, please?
hospital.
Well, what is possible? Is he allowed to receive messages?
Yes, ma'am. Just 1 second, please.
I'm sorry, sir. We haven't an Admiral Oliver Hazard Perry listed.
What, no Admiral Perry? Where did you go to school?
Operator? Operator?
Hello, is that you, operator?
No, this is not the operator. I'm trying to get the operator.
Well, our lines must be crossed. Will you please hang up?
I will not. You hang up.
Now, you listen to me. This is a matter of life and death.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Who shall I say called?
Hello? Hello? We might as well be in prison. A man can't even speak to his girl.
Hi, fellas.
Gunner!
Hey, How are you, Gunner?
Hi,
Cruson
Commander.
told us he ran into you.
Yeah, hey, how'd you 3 wind up here?
Oh, Cruson kissed the right girl and hit the wrong fella.
Oh, that's par for the course.
Yeah, well, it's just a routine checkup, though.
Routine checkup? I came here for a routine checkup. Yeah, that was 7 months ago. Hey, what tests have you had?
Complete type A, I think they said.
Type A. Complete type A, he says.
You mean there's something else? Well, we already had eye, ear, nose, throat, x-rays, psychiatrist.
Wait till the guys in the ward hear about this. Why, kid, type A is just to see whether you're male or female.
What do they think I'm going to tell, Gwyneth? The disposition of our fleet or something?
What are you crabbing about? Here the election's over and they won't even let me call to find out if I won or not.
Yeah, well, I still haven't lost faith in old Walter. He's just slippery enough to come up with something.
Operator, get me Miss Gwyneth Livingstone. Yes, this is a member of the staff. This is an emergency. Dr. Feingold speaking. Feingold.
Doctor who?
Feingold. Now, if I can't see an admiral, I want to talk with a lawyer.
Lieutenant, that is not the uniform for patients in this hospital.
But, madam, I am not sick.
I've had the corpsman undress him 3 times. It's like trying to get chewing gum off your fingers.
None of you is really sick, because we have your orders ready. Your leave is up at 0800 tomorrow morning. You'll ship out tonight for Pearl on a transport plane.
We are not shipping out tonight. I've only had 1 night with my girl. I might need another one. How
I'm
many nights do you
sorry,
think-
but this is the United States Navy, not the Lonely Hearts Club.
Say, nurse, maybe we can manage to fix it for them.
What are you doing here? Don't you know you're not allowed
I'm
to-
sorry, I took the wrong turn coming down the corridor. So long, fellas.
Oh, Gunner.
Lieutenant, the trouble with you is you don't know there's a war going on.
I sure don't. Oh, I forgot. Lieutenant McCann, a telegram.
For me?
Miss Walensky, clean up this mess.
Yes, ma'am. Honestly, can't you fellas stay out of trouble for 1 single minute? Commander, you get off that phone.
Hello. This is the Secretary of the Navy.
First call to Congressman McCann.
Mac, you made it. And how? And I made it the hard way, without a wound.
Oh, Mac!
quiet! There is such a thing as disciplining yourself.
Ha, 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 ha. Careful, Nurse Walensky. You are not only speaking to a congressman, but to a civilian.
Oh, man, that's great.
Oh, gee. I wish I knew how I could get you fellas out, too. I know. Cruson, I'll appoint you to Annapolis as a cadet.
Now hear this. Commander Cruson and Lieutenants Hardy and McCann. Your presence is requested on the second-floor sun deck by Lieutenant Wallace.
It's Walter! He come through! What'd I tell you? I knew he'd do it. If he could get us a hotel room. Oh! He's mad!
Oh, just when I don't need it, I get it. What? A limp.
Oh.
Come on. Never mind, fellow. We'll help you. We'll help you. Don't worry.
Hello? Oh, hello, Miss Kratchner.
We've been calling you all day.
Sorry, but I've been out.
Got great news. The boys, my Mac, well, he's a senator or something, and he's clean out of the service. And Mississippi Cruson, oh, you know Cruson, the crazy one.
What about Cruson? Is he out?
Well, he's just as good as that. Lieutenant Wallace, the one with the clean uniform, went up and dug up another big industrial typhoon.
Industrial what?
Typhoon is something, you know, one of them war-work big shots.
Oh, tycoon.
Well, have it your way. Anyway, Mississippi and Cruson are going to go out making talks to his workers, and Lieutenant Wallace said that he's got so many plants and factories that the boys will be kept busy making speeches all through the peace conference. Ain't that great?
Where's Cruson?
Oh, well, they're out buying liquor and stuff. They're throwing a tremendous celebration at the hotel. Oh, is it going to be a terror? Probably the end of the Fairmont is a first-class hotel. So you get into something chic with a heavy asbestos sliding and hurry right on over here. Bye.
Bye.
$38. Buddy.
You win the turkey, lady.
Where are they? Where are they? Well, hello there, Mr. Nielsen. Here, where you been keeping yourself, boy?
The first time was a joke. I'm through playing games. I'm calling the shore patrol.
Do you any good, Mr. Nielsen? I'm a civilian now. What's the reason for this whole shindig?
Well, if you're a civilian, then I don't have to kowtow to you any longer. I want you and the rest of these hoodlums to vacate this suite by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, or I'll have the police put you out.
A short man, a short temper.
Oh, Mac, you look lovely in that outfit. I'm
Well,
so happy.
thank you very
too,
much.
Mrs. Sip. Where's Cruson?
Oh, he's in the bedroom there. He's phoning for more firewater.
How many bottles of brandy can you spare? 6? All right, send them up. And all the soda you can find. Yeah, room 607, you know. What can I do for you? Now, just because I didn't put up a struggle, don't get the notion I'm easy.
Of course not. It's just that you have to save your energy for all those speeches.
That's right. That's right. Oh. Why don't I tell everybody to go home?
That would be rude.
And in character.
Don't bother. It's only a matter of minutes before the police get here anyway. Would you like a cigarette?
In lieu of what?
Where are you going to make all those speeches?
Oh, I don't know. Wait a minute. Probably up and down the coast.
Good. Then you'll never be too far from home.
Yeah.
I'll redo the apartment for one thing.
Wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Did I detect a note of domesticity in your voice?
That bothered you?
Well, bother isn't exactly the word. Perhaps it's too much for me to find out in one day I'm not only out of combat, but about to be tied down.
Cruson,
Well,
I love you very much.
that's the only way to love a person. Otherwise, it isn't worth all the trouble. I love you very much, too.
All right, then.
All right, then what?
When two people love each other very much, they usually do something about it, don't they?
Do they really?
They make plans. They think about marriage.
I'm willing to think about marriage. I'm just not willing to go through with it, that's all.
Why not?
I've been married, thank you very much.
All right, so you had a bad time.
Listen, kid, I not only had a bad time, I gave a bad time, too.
Maybe it'll be different with us.
What makes you think that?
Are you afraid to find out?
Don't be silly. I'm a member of the United States Naval Air Force. I know no fear. Ta-ra.
I'm going to tell you something, Cruson.
Yeah, what?
It was very dashing, that philosophy of yours. Don't think back, don't think ahead. Very dashing.
Wasn't it?
And very sophomoric. But you're not a flyer anymore. You're safe now. And you'd better start thinking like a human being. You'd better start living like a human being.
In other words, I better start thinking about getting trapped.
How can you use that word to me? I knew you only a few hours, and I threw my ring in my fiancé's face.
Well, I thought you were breaking an engagement. I didn't know you were making a trade.
Damn you! Hello? Yes, just a second. For you.
Oh, wait a minute. Who is that?
Who do you think? Operator 6, Great Neck.
Oh, well, hang it up. Come on.
What's the matter, Cruson? Scared of ex-wives, too?
Well. Oh. Hello? Yes, this is Commander Cruson. Yes, all right. Put her on. I'll talk to her. Oh, hello, Helen. How are you? Good. Fine. Well, that is, I'm a little sophomoric, but otherwise I'm fine. Am I drunk? No, but what a lovely idea. Oh, Helen, I am touched. How nice. Fancy that. Of all your ex-husbands, you want to see me. No, I will not meet you at the airport. I'll be here at the hotel. What? No, I did not think about you. No, not at all. You mean you still want to come? All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, Helen. Now, I hope that met with your approval. You wanted me to talk to her.
What does she want to see you about?
I don't know. I wasn't around when she filed suit. Maybe she just wants to consummate the divorce. Oh.
But she won't be here until tomorrow, will she?
Oh, now, don't be silly. How could she be?
We can't let the great Cruson go without a girl a whole day, can we?
I beg your pardon. What was that?
I mean, we all have to do our bit for a war hero, mustn't we?
I must say, this is very decent of you.
I know what you use for bait. Here! Maybe this will help you get a girl.
Oh, my. Women.
You don't have to worry this time, Commander. Nothing bad this time. Just the papers for you to sign. You know, detaching you from combat and assigning you to special services. Oh, good day, Miss Kratchner.
Oh, good day, Chief Ruddle.
You look lovely, if I may say so.
Pleased to hear so.
Thank you.
Thank you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Shall we dance?
Now, what's all that about?
They're trying to communicate with each other.
Did you ever see better typecasting for war heroes?
Fine-looking specimens. Fine-looking.
Mr. Turnbull, may I present...
Mr. Who?
Oh, I beg your pardon. I mean, Mr. Hotchkiss. May I present Lieutenant J.G. McCann? Howdy. Commander Cruson.
How are you, Mr. Hotchkiss?
Oh, forget Hotchkiss. It's Bill.
Oh, Bill. Well, Bill, where's your girlfriend?
Girlfriend? Married to the same woman for 22 years. That's girlfriend enough for me.
Well, I thought it was standard operating procedure for men in war work to have a girlfriend.
Now, boys, I'd like Eddie here to brief you
Eddie? Who's Eddie?
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean Bill, to tell you what his problem is.
Well, you know, of course, that I'm the Hotchkiss paper mill. Practically every piece of paper the government uses, your government and mine, is Hotchkiss.
And you have a problem?
People don't realize the importance of paper in winning the war. You see, every time I say it, somebody laughs.
That's not nice. Now, I don't want to hear anyone laughing. Chief, take down the name of anyone who laughs.
Yes, sir.
You go right ahead, Eddie.
Bill.
Oh, of course, Bill. Excuse me, Mr. Turnbull.
No, Hotchkiss.
Yes, Mr. Hotchkiss. Well, come along and sit down. There's a good fellow. Now, here, sit here. Now, be comfortable and tell us your story.
You realize you couldn't even start a war without paper? I mean, after all, on what is the declaration of war written? Then you're drafted. Greetings from the president to John J. Doe. That's paper, isn't it?
I enlisted.
But your commission, paper. Your manual of arms, your training books, paper. The orders, sending into combat, paper.
The orders taking you out of combat, right, Chief?
That's right, sir.
And in every government washroom, in every GI latrine and head, paper towels, not to mention
the unmentionable.
And in those moments of tragedy, which are part and parcel of every war, when it comes time to notify the next of kin.
See, you can't even get killed without paper.
Oh, I know you fellas think I'm going overboard about all this, but when I realize how unappreciated, well, to me, I mean, Cruson, I feel about paper like you do about planes.
Choked up, kind of. I know the feeling, sir.
We've got to make them realize. We need a slogan.
Oh, slogans, I like
They
slogans.
think the war is nothing but men and steel. They don't
How
understand.
about it's pilots and planes and paper, too? Or, send me more paper.
Brilliant! Oh, but I forgot the most important thing, carbon paper. Everything has to be made out in
Sir,
triplicate.
we'll be proud to be part of your team. Now, let's all celebrate that. Let's all get so drunk they'll think we're army flyers.
Sure, well, it won't do us no good. We can't do better than old Roundtree.
Hey, Chuck! How'd you get in such great shape in only 4 days?
I come to say goodbye. I'm taking off for a little while. As a matter of fact, they're fueling the tanks right now.
Oh, you don't need gasoline. The fumes from your breath ought to do it, boy.
Hey, I hear I'm going back empty. I hear you guys are out.
You can say that again.
No, I can't. Not in my condition.
Hey, Chuck, where'd you get that girlfriend at?
Ain't she sweet? I'm taking her back with me. Oh, she's better than nothing. Who wants the first dance?
No. What's the matter with you, fella? It's not like you to get this crock just before a takeoff. What's up?
It so happens that I'm flying back. Not to the ship.
Why not?
Because she's sunk.
She's what?
Sunk. Kamikaze. Kaput.
Sunk?
It's all in the afternoon papers.
Well, there we are, back to paper again.
I just don't believe it.
What about survivors? Did you say?
Yep. Some made it. Some didn't.
What about the old man? Did you hear anything?
He's gone. Plane hit the bridge.
Naturally, I didn't know the ship or any of the gallant men on it. But I'd deem it an honor if you'd allow me to drink to them. I ask each and every one of you to lift your glasses
Oh,
in a
shut
toast.
up. Silly disease, malaria. Any darn fool civilian can start it off.
Look at me, Cruson. Remember saying to me, in similar circumstances, would you deny me a little body heat?
Bossing a squadron around, I do all that manly stuff. Here on shore, I have to lean on a woman.
Do you love me, Cruson?
I do. I love you.
What kind of love?
All kinds. Sacred and profane.
All right, then. Keep on leaning.
Thanks, babe.
Gods, now he's talking about his new line of get-well cards, from civilians to servicemen. Boy, you can have this, Uncle Sugar, I'm telling you. You know, this whole thing is a bust. Everybody pushing everybody around and promoting and conniving. You know, I can't go through with this.
I know.
Can't go through with what? What are you talking about?
Making them speeches.
What do we know about making speeches? The only thing Mississippi and I are good for is flying.
Sure, what else can we do?
especially after what Chuck told us about the Beetle being gone. We can't.
All right, your ship is sunk. That's awful. That's terrible. But you've done your share, haven't you? What are you trying to prove?
Oh, it's not only the ship. The ship just cinched it. But you heard that man. You heard what he said, that Turnkiss or Hodgebill or whatever his name is. When he began to talk, I began to get smaller and smaller. I knew I would be going back.
This is just nonsense.
If only he hadn't brought up them paper towels.
I can't peddle paper now. It would be just plain gold bricking.
Not that we got anything against gold bricking.
We're old hands at it. We polished it, refined it, raised it to a new art. But we can't gold brick now.
Hey, come on, you guys. We gotta get this liquor and Chuck to the airport.
Tell him, Andy. Tell him.
You go ahead. We can't all get in the one cab anyway. We'll follow.
All right. Come on, Alice, let's go.
Cruson, I want you to know I understand thoroughly. No hard feelings. And after the airport, our plants will be
If
ready.
you gentlemen will just sign these papers.
Hey, Chief. Until these papers get to Washington, no one really knows we've been detached, do they?
Well, you've been told.
I mean, knows officially. Chief, can't you get those papers lost for a while, drop them in the wrong chute, put them in the in basket instead of the out basket? By the time they're found, we'll be in the Pacific.
Sorry,
What in
Commander,
the...
you're dreaming.
Here it is. Here it is. I got $500 left.
Look, I got more now. Don't take bribes. Who do you think I am?
Winning the war, you're losing me my job with Eddie. Who? Oh, please, Eddie, will you listen to
We'll
me?
pass on.
Wait,
Commander, what are you doing?
You're going to be you promised us. Hey, listen, Andy, will you wait? Andy, will you wait a minute?
Oh, please, Gwyneth, if you're gonna cry, I'm gonna have to move up in the front.
I promise you, darling, you won't lose me. I'm indestructible.
I'm not. All I ask is to be with the man I love, to feel safe and secure.
Yeah. Then I'm afraid you've picked the wrong time to live.
Did I pick the wrong man, too?
No, darling. I'm wrong for a lot of people, but not for you. Come on, sweetie. That's right. Hey, Chuck! Chuck! Mrs. Zip and I are going back with you, okay?
Why, sure. What is all this? You lost your mind or something?
Now, you stay out of this, you congressman. You hop on it, Chuck.
Snap out of it, will you, Cruson? This is baloney on the lowest Boy Scout level.
Oh,
All right, Commander. All right, Commander. Believe it or not, Commander, I'm not angry yet. I broke down a closet door, and I think I broke my hand doing it. But if you and the lieutenant will just sign...
We're not signing anything, Chief. We're going back with Chuck.
What good's it gonna do you, Commander? They'll wire Pearl, and you'll sit the war out in the brig. You think of that?
No, I didn't think of that.
How about it, Commander?
Okay, Chuck, let's get this stuff on the plane. Mrs. Zip, bring Chuck's girl.
Mr. Ruddle, Mr. Ruddle, wouldn't you like to do me a little favor?
I'd do anything for you, Miss Kratchner.
Well then, Mr. Ruddle, if you would just help my friends here, I would personally appreciate it to the fullest extent. Why don't you help them?
Miss Kratchner, gee, I'd do anything for you. But please sign them forms. It was a direct order. I gotta get them signed.
All right, Chief, I'll sign them. Turn your back. Come on, fellow. That's right. Come on, sign the man's forms. Come on, do as I tell you. Come on, make him happy. There you are, Chief. There.
Thank you, Commander.
It's all right.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a little mistake. You signed the lieutenant's form. He signed yours.
No, did I really?
If you'll just scratch out his name and write in yours.
Oh, but Chief, that wouldn't be neat.
Well, it wouldn't be neat, but it would make it legal.
What, you mean to say this way they aren't legal?
I mean, they wouldn't be official. Why, how would we file them? Under the sign names or the type name? Why, this is a clerical impossibility.
Oh, my, that is unfortunate, Chief.
Hey, Chuck said to say goodbye. He said he couldn't bear to look into your beautiful, sad eyes.
Unfortunate?
Oh, come on, Chief. Wake up. This is what we've been looking for, isn't it? Now, you're covered. The forms are signed. We're covered because they don't mean anything. You've got Alice, and who could ask for anything more? Now, Mrs. Zip, run and tell Chuck to hold it up. We're coming with him.
Right. Come on. Now, look, Commander. If you think I'm going to furnish you with...
Ruddle, don't be in a worry,
But I'm not... Oh...
Isn't it wonderful? There's no time to get sloppy.
Just tell me you love me. There's time for that.
Cruson, you can't do this to me. You think I can let you and Mrs. Zip fly off alone?
I won't need these for anyone. Save them for me. So long, Congressman.
If that isn't the nicest way of saying I love you I ever saw.
Pardon my language, Miss Kratchner, but those two boys are the biggest horses' rear ends I ever...
You're pardoned, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I'm the biggest rear end of them all.
Hey, Cruson! Andy, wait for me! Hey, Cruson, stop! Wait! Hold it! Hey, come on, open up!
He spent his entire leave telling me how much he loved his wife. What a waste.
They'll be all right.
I promise you, darling, you won't lose me. I'm indestructible.
Goodbye.